What's up, guys? Good morning. Check who we got. Say what's up, Milani. So it's a beautiful morning, beautiful Monday morning. I think today is the I have to double check on the date, but we need to hit this thing on a daily now. Finished working inside, so it's a little bit past noon, just about 1 o'clock. Got a bunch of boxes that came in this Saturday and Sunday. Not really too sure what's in all of them, but I'm gonna get my little helper here and we're gonna start opening boxes and see what we got in and what we could put on and where we're at and where we need to go. So fuel lines, we need fuel lines for sure. I know that. The interior can kind of wait. We need to get this thing turned on. And look at all these guys. We're even thinking about putting springs in the back because the whole bags things just wasn't adding up. But I think we might have found a solution for the bags, doing some type of bag mounts and mounting them in a different way. But for now, let's go get some boxes, start opening up and see what we got. Okay. Let's open this one, okay? ¿Este qué es? ¿Qué es?
Table.
Una mesa.
On a mesa.
Yeah.
Oh, exciting!
Yeah.
Yeah. We made that a seat. On a mesa.
Una mesa.
So we made that all sit.
Mm-hmm.
Daddy, do you have a mesa?
We do now. Ready?
Daddy.
Mm-hmm. Not gonna fall. This is Square Body Builders. That's right. Well, our first part is our brand new table. I am a sucker for Temu. That is a Temu table. These are $30 on Temu. Good looking table. Foldable. I like it, and I could use it for the shows. So, well, for now, Milani, put these boxes up here, please.
Okay.
Let's start opening up. See what we got. All right, ponlos acá arriba first. Put it up here. This. That was heavy. That was heavy. Oh, there you go. Okay. Which one? This one first?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Let's see what we got. I kind of know what I've ordered. Just don't know in what order they're gonna be coming. Oh, okay. It almost feels like Christmas. So this is what I got from eBay. So this is our what do you call it? The window crank, I think it's called. Shit, I don't know the proper name. But our driver's side window does not go up or down. It's so far gone. This thing's like really loose. So right now we don't have the door panels on there. So it's definitely a good time to replace this. So this is a pretty easy install. Just the same way you take it off, same way you put the other one in. But what you got? Oh, a little box?
Yeah.
Okay, we need this. We'll get to this right now. So that's one thing that we got on the list. Is fix the driver window. And the little box that she just opened right now is our fuel injector adapters. If you guys saw, we installed that LS swap harness, but it came with injector plugs for the newer style injectors, and we have the older style injectors on there. So instead of sending this harness back and getting a different one, This was a overnight shipping, was just to run adapters so we can continue to use the harness that's already on there. So this will clip onto the injector, and then our harness will clip into that. If you guys haven't seen those, that's it right there. That's the older style, newer style. So this was just an overnighter. If I was to send that harness back, they would have to wait for that harness to get there, and then they would reship the other one. And I think that was a 4-day turnaround, and this was just overnight. It shouldn't make the injector stick out too far, or at least hold on, Mama, one at a time. Wait. So once we put these on, that harness should work, so we should be good there. So we got that, we got that. One box out of the way. And this, I took a sneak peek so I know what this is, but I'll show you guys. I was gonna open these all up inside, but I was like, you know what? I haven't done an unboxing video in a long time. And that's trash. I don't need it. I feel better. I sound better. You guys watched my last video, man. I was like watching an episode of The Walking Dead, trying to put a truck together. That's exactly what I felt like. I felt like a zombie. Our trim pieces for our carpet. I think these are called door seals, or yeah, I think that's what it is, door seals. So this is what holds your carpet in place alongside the doors. So we'll be putting these on shortly. Not really an install video on that. Just kind of put it alongside the edge. Screws will hold your carpet down. This one I think was, oh, okay. For our intake, we were missing the piece that connects the tube to the filter. So this will get our intake tube on there now. So I don't know why it was missing, but they shipped the next day, so thank you guys for that. We need that, we need that. Let's see what's in here. I recognize these colors. Evil Energy. This is going to be our fuel line kit. So we definitely need to start working on this. Fuel lines. We have the motor is in. Let me get you guys up a little bit. You guys have seen the motor is in, and we got our tank now where we're going to leave it. So we need to start connecting our tank to our fuel rail. And I did order a specific kit. Let's see if I can part number on here somewhere. It's pretty long, so hopefully you guys can see that. Fuel line kit. Has a bunch of randoms, some 45s, some straight, some 90s, some adapters. So, oh, and this also comes with your quick connect for your LS fuel rail. So, hopefully everything is in here where this should go pretty smooth. I hope, but we all know how that goes.
Daddy, it's dirty.
What you got? Oh, okay, here's something else that you guys might find interesting. So I was debating on how to put stereo in the truck without cutting into the dash, without spending too much money on a retro sound stereo. I mean, I do have it in my green truck, Mr. Miyagi. It's a good stereo, but it's about 350 bucks, and we're getting pretty close to budget, so we're gonna try to minimize where we're spending our money. And I've been dying to use this guy right here for a while. I didn't know where to use it, and it just kind of clicked. Man, if it works in here, this is gonna be something cool that I think a lot of you guys are gonna like. This is a amplified 2-channel heck, what the heck do you call these things? So you can Bluetooth directly to this thing, and you turn it up and down on your phone, and it has different frequencies, highs, lows. It's a 2-channel. Her birthday? I'm not sure, Mom. You got your left speaker, your right speaker, and it also has a subwoofer output, all built into this one thing. So I was thinking about making something where I would mount this under the dash somewhere and make it look like a CB radio. So that might be in the works, or mounting this inside of an ammo box. And as long as the volume is all the way up, you control the volume on your phone. So this could actually just sit somewhere. It could actually just also go inside the glove box. I'll show you how to hook this up. I used to make some I think they're called cabinets. I don't even know the actual real name for them, but the old school stereos that your parents used to have inside the house that had the 100 CD changer thing on it, and it had these towers with the 2 subwoofers, the sound and tweeters. Okay, well, those. Whenever I would find them, like at the yard sales or something, I would just buy the speakers, the speaker boxes, and I would mount car stereos on these things and sell them. Well, this is technically what this is. This is like a stereo deck, just in a very small little thing. So I was thinking of buying a CB radio and mounting this inside the CB radio, where these are the buttons that look like it's a CB radio, but this is actually the volume controls to the stereo. Or mounting this thing inside of an ammo box and having only the buttons come out on the side. You can turn it up or down. So that's definitely gonna be in the works. I still have to kind of figure it out in my head. I kind of just work as I go. That's always just worked for me. If I see it in my head, I can do it. I just don't know how to do it yet. That's how, I don't know. It's always works for me, so let's try to see what we're gonna work on. We need to work on something. I think we're gonna do this first. Oh, kind of had these things soaking in WD-40 for a while, because it looks like this thing hasn't had a door panel on it for a very long time, and these screws here pretty rusted on there, but I think I got them. I got most of them to turn, so I think we're good. So first thing we got to do, well, you can see why we need this one replaced. It just sounds so crunchy. Like something in there is broken or breaking, but it's got to go. So first thing we got to do is roll the window all the way down to its lowest position right there, and we got to get these out. And I think there's one over here, if I remember right. I think it's this guy. Got to soak that one up too. That's so we can get this window to push over as far left as possible, so we can get our vent window out of here, because this thing's got to move a little bit. And then well, we'll get to that. Let's get these guys off and get this thing loose. An impact makes kind of quick work of that. I am definitely not a fan of impact wrenches because, I mean, you could just strip something so quick. But I kind of tap it a little bit and see if it'll kind of budge. If it moves, then hey, just get it out of there. But if you're struggling, just put some WD-40 on it, tap it a few times lightly with a hammer. Eventually it'll give, or it was gonna break anyways. But these guys came out. I left the top one on. I know I said I was gonna take it off. I left it on because I got more than enough play out of here. And I think when I did my other truck, I didn't remove the top one, and I was successful by just loosening this thing, because you don't need that much play. But see, now you can move the glass all the way to the side. After that, I need to take these out and get this bracket that's holding this. Well, actually, this whole thing is its own bracket with the window in it. So it kind of comes down at an angle, and it's connected here, and it's connected up here with 3 smaller ones and these 2 larger ones. So I kind of already played with these, and they are going to come off, so get these guys out of here. Got those 2 off, and then just screwdriver and get these other ones off. There's 3 of those, and then I'll come back with you real quick. After you get the 3 off the door and the 2 off the bottom, this is pretty much loose. Pull up on it, up and out. You get to about here, you gotta turn it. You get that flange out there. Just like that. So you see, you gotta turn it because this has to come out through the slot. If you're not, you're pulling on it like this and you're just stuck. So come up to here, turn it. Well, actually it's like this. Pull it up to here, turn it, and then slide it out. And set this down nicely somewhere off to the side. We're gonna get all of our felts out of here. I actually ordered some, so I know I have them. If not, I would probably just say be very careful not to ruin yours when you're getting all this stuff in and out, because you can damage yours. But a lot of times you're already here, so just replace them. Let me go find my box. So I got the old ones out. You can see them there, pretty much all destroyed, because I know there's a special tool that you're supposed to use to get these off. I don't have that tool. Every time that I've taken them off, I've never been able to successfully take them off easily, so I just get them out. Get them out, pry them up, boom, 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 and then I buy a new set. And I pretty much just put a new set. Once I do these regulators and stuff, I really don't have to mess with that door for a long time. So I can't find the box at the moment, but I could put these in at a later time. So we'll just continue with what we got going on so far. After you take this guy out, you roll up the window to about this area here where you can work. Oh, that thing sounds nasty. Okay, somewhere about right there. You slide. If you see this little channel right here where these wheels they roll on, there's a spot right here that's a little bit wider than the rest. That's where the wheels come out. So there's one here, and then there's one right there. See, the wheel pops out of there. Gotta find the other little slot over here kind of hard with one hand, but okay. But hopefully you get the gist of this. But there's a opening here where you have to line up the wheel on the opposite side. See, this is the wheel, and you get it out of this spot right here. And there's another one right there. You roll up or roll down, do what you got to do to make that wheel line up with that, and then get this glass out of here. Let me do that real quick, and I'll come back with you guys. Kind of hard to do with one hand, and my hopper's gone. She got thirsty. And this one, she don't help at all. No, it's not very difficult, guys. I mean, it's a little tricky in the beginning if it's your very first time, but you're pretty much just looking for that right there. That's where the wheel needs to come out of, and then you follow the rail a little bit past the center. There's another one right there. So just get the two little wheels to come out of there. She'll pull right out. So now, after you got the glass out, we can take out the actual regulator. There's 4 bolts holding this thing, or 4 screws holding this thing in. Take those things out. We got to take this out. This has a little clip right here. And I was gonna say, don't lose it, because they do fly out. Now, I am truly blessed. If you guys have been following this channel since the very beginning, about 4 years ago, all this used to be dirt. So when I used to work on cars and try to put cars together back here, every time I would lose something like that, it'd fall in the dirt, it was done. A little screw like this, it would just be a little puff in the dirt, gone. So a lot of times I would be pretty much rebuilding all these things with brand new bolts just because I lost them, not because they needed to be replaced. So we're moving on up in the world, guys, little bit by little bit. So we're steady moving up. We got the old one out, 4 screws, and just maneuver them out that way, and then make sure that you got the right one, because I've done this plenty of times. They'll either send me the wrong one or I'll purchase the wrong side. But there is a left and there is a right. There's a passenger side and there's a driver's side. But now we're just gonna do this thing in reverse. Slide this thing in here, line myself up over here, put these 4 screws back in, get the glass back, and work my way in reverse. So I'm gonna put you guys on a little stand, and let's put this glass back. So I ended up finding the box. Well, actually, my wife found the box. These are the felts and the rubber seals for our windows. So I kept going inside the house and outside, and she saw me and was like, "Well, what are you looking for?" I said, "Well, I'm looking for a box that's about this tall, about this wide." And it's like, and I've already opened it on top, and inside is like this rubber thing that's got kind of little black hairs on it. And she's like, "Oh, it's in the laundry room, inside the closet." The laundry room's closet. No idea how I got in there, but that's where it was. And she found it, so thank you. Let's keep going on these doors. See if we can at least wrap up these doors. What was I gonna say? Oh, this guy's stuck. We gotta get that guy out. I don't have the other one. That's for the armrest. Speaking of armrests, I think the armrests are in those boxes right there. But I think those armrests are black. We might need to go get another one of those paints and dye those things also. But we can still keep going here. It looks like we're missing our connection little deals here. And that's how you put on the door panels. Dang, that sucks. But let me get these rubbers in here. If you've never done these before, it's pretty simple. There's lots of videos out there, but you fold this guy like this. That fits in here. And you just slide it all the way down. And it'll go inside this little passageway right here. And you get it in between the window. And then you crank up on the window until you force it to go on it. And then you pull it down until it gets to the very bottom. And you roll it back down. And then you push it all the way. Push it in. Doom, 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 doom. And you work your way up to here. And then you put these guys on here. The same way you took the old ones off. I think the felt goes on the inside, if I remember right. This one goes here. Yeah, this one goes here. And then the rubber one goes on the outside. So, not too hard, but needs to be done. And this will just be one more box that we get to check off. Let me get these on here. Got our new rubbers in there. Little felt seal. I'm not sure what you guys call it or not, but window channel seal is what I'm gonna call it. Now it's actually a little tight to roll up, and it seals nicely. Gotta throw some grease in there. I think last video I called it wax. Man, I was pretty down, man. Pretty down. That sickness was killing me. But we'll throw some grease in there, and we won't have to mess with that for quite some time. But it's working good. I kind of moved the carpet out of the way because I forgot about this guy. And it looks like the truck was sitting on this side in the sun, because all this stuff is all cracked and it just came off in pieces. I was gonna start working on the other side, and that side's actually coming off pretty easily, and it's actually in decent shape. But I mean, I got new ones, so we're gonna take those off. But this stuff is gonna make a mess because originally from the factory this stuff is glued on, and it's just gonna make a huge mess. I forgot all about this, but let me get all this stuff out. And then I don't really like the OEM stuff that much. For one, because it needs to be glued, and I'm not a big fan of this glue stuff. Oh, look. Ooh, hopefully I could get it off in all one piece. Yeah, that would have been too easy. Oh, this is not too bad. But let me get this off, and then I'll show you what I use to put back on this. Well, I got a quick trip to the hardware store. Pick up some hardware to put on the door panels, because the ones that were on there were just rusted, and I just chopped them off. Got tired of messing with it, so I'm gonna bring the little square body builders. That's the name. That's right. Let's go to the store. We'll be right back. My little helper fell asleep, but we're here. Let me show you what we're here to get and which ones are the ones that you need to get. So these are the ones that are off of the truck. These are on the door panels. This is the one I cut off, and this is one that I was able to get off. The other ones are no longer there. They are cage nuts, and we are here for these right here. 1420. $14.20. So when you get some of these cage nuts, 1420s. And we're back from the store. So I didn't show you where they came from, but I guess I'll show you now in case you're wondering what the heck they were for or where do they go. They go right here. Right here. Right here. This one's actually still there. This is a factory style. That's the only factory one left. There's one here, 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 here. That's for the armrest, and this is to bolt on your door panel. The door panel sits in here in this little gap, and then you put your screws right here. But you couldn't do that because there was nothing there to do it with. So the new ones are a little bit difficult to do with one hand, but give it a shot. Oh, come on. So you just squeeze it. Well, I'm not gonna be able to do it with my hand actually, but I'm gonna get a little wrench back there, or some I'll get these little guys right here. We squeeze it and you get it inside that little hole, and then you release it and it stays in there, and then that'll give you a threaded hole for the screws. Those right there. So let me get these in here, and we'll see if we can put this door panel on there and see what it looks like. So got them in there now. This factory one was still good, so I just left that one in there. I'm gonna go get my door panel and realized this model didn't come with an armrest. So I'll take some quick measurements real quick and drill me 2 holes, because I don't know when or where or what reason I have these armrests. I don't even know where they came from. I wonder if they were, you know what, honestly I have no idea, but they're for this year and they're blue, and it's the right color blue too. I think they were the ones that came on this green truck. Like I mentioned, that truck had original blue interior, but I don't remember them having armrests, or else this thing would have holes in it. So I don't know, because I actually bought some black ones. As I mentioned, I was gonna dye them blue, but I got some blue ones. And I also came across, I just got so much stuff, man. Blue GM seat belts. Crazy how everything seems to pull itself together. But let's move along, drill some holes. We should have a nice little door. Everything matches like it used to go here. And this is like 3 different trucks. It's coming along, man. I like it. Never been a big fan of blue interior, trust me, by any means. But I think this blue matches this truck. I don't know, something about it. I mean, it already had blue visors and it had a blue column. So, I don't know. It just kind of leaned me towards that direction. I was like, man, you know what? I think this truck needs to be blue again. Blue interior it is. So let's do the other door real quick. See what it looks like. Well, as my kids start kind of getting out of school, I get help around here. We got that door in. We're getting the carpet now in its final position. I'm getting all the seats. Getting a seat belt on here. Both the ones that I found in the box. My son Miko is putting down the other side, and we should be just about ready to get the seat in here. And the glass on the other side, it got hung up on the new rubbers and actually fell out of its little window track. So we got to redo this window. Yeah, so something in there is not good. It's like I didn't replace this one because it was working fine, but maybe it just was looking like it was working and it actually doesn't work. So I'm gonna take a look at it. If we do need to order one, I'll go ahead and place an order for those. They're not very expensive, and as you saw, they're not too hard to put in, and when they work nicely. So we'll keep on going from now. See what we get the seat in here. Still got some daylight. I know it looks like it's fully sun out, but it's I think it's like 8 o'clock or something. So we might have a good hour left, and we'll see where we end up. But we're looking good. Got the intake on here. Kind of did that off camera because all I did was put this rubber on and kind of reposition this and turn this little thing right here, so I was able to attach it to this hose. I'm not sure if that's where it's supposed to go, but that's where this one's going. Just kind of bent this to make it work, and I still need to fabricate a little mount to kind of lift it up a little bit and hold it in place. But the engine is looking a lot more complete. Looks good. I tried these off of camera and we got the wrong ones. Very disappointing. These were the injector adapters. They are injector adapters, they're just not the ones that I needed. Oh, this LS stuff, I tell you what. But everything else is looking good. We'll keep moving forward and not waste too much daylight. Okay, seat is coming in. I'm gonna take these off real quick. Gotta take advantage of my boys while they're here. It's a school night, so they can't be out here too long with me. So I know what happened when I tried to put in this seat by myself. It didn't go so smoothly, and my back was hurting for probably about the whole day, actually. All right, straight back and straight through.
My leg is stuck.
Nice and smooth, straight back. Man, I hope your shoes ain't dirty, man. Brand new carpet. Watch your step, watch your step, watch your step. That carpet moved. That's okay. Lift up the seat. Don't drag it on the carpet. Lift up the seat and go over it a little bit. About right there. Okay, now push the seat forward or across.
This one?
Yeah. Okay, that should have worked. All right, let me get a light in here, and we'll try to line up those holes with the seat and the carpet.
The next day.
What's up? Call me. Just trying to finish this truck. Let's check it out. New day, new projects, same truck. Gotta get it done. Turn off the old crusty but trusty welder. Just made a quick little mount for our intake here. So this is now gonna live here. That's good. Just enough movement where nothing will break, but can't go up and down. So we'll get that. We'll let that kind of cool off a little bit. Throw some paint on that, and that is gonna stay right there. I started working on the inside a little bit yesterday. I got it pretty much dialed in. Threw the seat in here with my boys yesterday. Dang, it's already getting dirty right here. Oh, and check it out. Our Temu $20 Bluetooth stereo. I actually have it hooked up, running off this just the DeWalt battery. But I got the 6x9s hooked up, and I got 2 of these 4x10s hooked up, and I'm jamming along. So I think that's gonna work. I just don't know where to put it. But I was measuring it, kind of just eyeballed it with quick measurement in my head, and I came up with this crazy idea. Let me see where the heck I put the dang thing. Huh. Thought I had it right here. I guess I don't. Let me see if I can grab it real quick, and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. Right exactly in my face, but I couldn't see it. It's the ashtray. Now, I've never seen this done before, so that's why it's kind of pushing me towards it. But this stereo is almost the exact same size of this Bluetooth receiver. I mean, look at it. I think I can get that thing to fit in here somehow. Even I think these buttons are removable. You just pull them straight out. Yeah, you just pull them straight out. So if I was to measure it dead on money, every single one of these holes for these knobs, and cut this out, maybe leave this so it'll lock in there. It should fit, I think. Yep, should fit. And then cut all this out. I think I could fit this in here and slide that in there, and you will not see anything. You'd be able to hear it because I could leave this all the way on, all the way up, and left on, and connect our power source to just a key on ignition. So when I turn on the key, this will automatically say Bluetooth connecting, and once it connects to somebody's phone, it'll start doing this boom boom thing. So I don't even have to mess with these knobs at all. That's the main volume. Just set your bass to, you know, whatever, a little bit, your treble almost all the way, and it has a subwoofer, frequency and volume. It doesn't push a lot, so I mean, you can't push like 212s or something. I mean, they'll move. I've seen it, I've done it. They will move, they will produce sound. But like a 10, like especially like I know for sure a kicker 10 in a small truck box, it moves it. I've done it, trust me. I'm so close to just saying screw it, let's do that. But I have this other one that I've been kind of wanting to do for a while. It's this one here. Similar thing, except this is an actual stereo. That's just a receiver, Bluetooth receiver. This is an actual stereo. So this has, you know, radio, Bluetooth, auxiliary, stuff like that. But it's 3 inches. And it's the same size as this. So the stereo can go in here, turn it on, turn up the volume, blah 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 blah. And that would be pretty cool too, because that center gauge doesn't work at all. It fits in there, and I think it would look cool in there. But now I need help deciding. Should we try to put the stereo in there, or should we try to put the stereo in there? Or another thing was try to put the stereo inside an old ammo box. It doesn't fit sideways, but it does fit, you know, straight up and down. So the buttons would be right here, and then all your connections and stuff would be in the box, and back here, I would just drill a hole, and then I would have a loom with wires that connect this to wherever, so I can make this long enough where we'd be able to like sit this back here and, you know, kind of turn it up, turn it down, and have people ask, man, what's in there? Is that your stereo? Yep, my stereo's in there. So that's my crazy ideas in my head so far for stereo, you know. But music is not as important as getting this thing running, obviously. But when you're working on 20 things at once, just ideas pop in my head. I mean, that's the way I work. I don't know. I can't just stop doing everything to do one thing because I'm just not built like that. Just stuff just starts telling me like, oh, what if we do this? What if we do this? So I start with this, and then I'm connecting 6x9s and speakers. No idea. Oh, I got this put in a little while ago. It's just a small bracket back there. Comes with the bracket. Comes with that bracket. So it's little stuff that I have to do quick. I can't stop to record, unfortunately, for you guys, because, you know, we all know we're running out of time. September 20th, this truck needs to be done. I think today is the 19th, so we're 1 day away from exactly a month. And last year I worked on the truck all the way up until I think the 18th. Yeah, I think the 18th was the day that I stopped working on this, and the test drive of this truck was the day of the show. And I don't want to do that because I drove this thing with just, you know, prayers and fingers crossed, and it was like, you know, please, I hope I didn't forget to tighten something and something falls off on the road. So I want to have this one, if it's going to drive there, I want to have this thing running and driving at least a week before the show, so I can test drive it around the block, around the street, you know, something. Not test drive it the day of the show, because the day of the show I test drove that one, like I said, and my kids wanted to go with me, and, you know, I took 2 of them with me just in case something broke down, so they can at least give me a hand and push the thing off to the side of the road. What else? Our window, it is broken. I thought it was working fine, but the wheel is broken, and that's the wheel that makes this thing stay inside the channel. So the window just, I was rolling it up and down, the window just fell through the door. So I got one ordered, it's coming tomorrow, but that's the exact same thing as the other side. So, you know, you saw me do that one. It's not that hard, pretty easy. If you need some help, if I rushed it a little bit too much, I apologize. If you need some help with anything as far as how to put this in, you know, you can ask me down in the comments, and I will try to answer you as best as I possibly can. Another thing for the stereo would be to mount it right here with, you know, just a little strap that comes up and over, and then screw it in here, and the stereo would stay in here. Out of mine is what I'm trying to go for, is because I don't want to see the stereo unless it's a decent one. Or, you know, I'd rather have a stock stereo that doesn't work and then Bluetooth off of something than, you know, not having any music at all, or, you know, just getting a Bluetooth speaker and then just throw it on the dash, which is fine, but I think I have better ideas than just buying a speaker and throwing it on the dashboard. Because if I don't know if I mentioned or not, but that little Temu stereo, this little, I keep calling it a stereo, it's not a stereo, but that little box is 20 bucks, 17 something plus tax. So, I mean, if I could make a cool stereo out of 20 bucks, you know, and if it works, trust me, I think people would be like, man, let me make one of those. So let me continue with what I got going on. I think that thing is probably cooled down by now. I'm gonna throw some paint on that, put the filter back on that thing, and then I'll see where I'm at and where I can keep going. It's still early, but I'm by myself. So when you're by yourself, it's a little bit tricky to do the bigger things because, you know, accidents do happen. And the last thing I need is to, you know, the truck to fall off the jack because I can't notice that the jack is tilting, or, you know, you guys know what I'm talking about. So I'm gonna set you guys down for a little bit and I'll be back with wherever I'm at. It's amazing how much mess you can make in just a few hours. And look what we got over here. So Gilbert found in his scrap pile at work an old toolbox that wasn't being used. I think it was extremely dented from the back, and it doesn't have keys. But I thought, what the heck, let's try. Go ahead and bring it over and see if we can make it fit over this fuel cell that we got, or fuel tank. So I pretty much just chopped it up where it fit. It's like slid over. It's just kind of like a cover, I guess. Ooh, extremely sharp. So I just kind of have it mocked up just so I can see what it looks like, and also so you guys can see what it looks like, and I can get your guys' opinion. It's obviously way too long. It's not in position. It's just for visual purposes only. You can see the side. We're just kind of, this is like the top of the lid. So I would kind of cut this up, and this would fit back there, and it would cover that up, and then we'd probably hinge off of here somehow. And I got a piece of the front that would kind of hide the back. So I'd pretty much be building a toolbox around the tank where it just covers it so you can't physically see the tank. Now, I want your guys' opinion if I should keep trying to figure this out and make it work, or let me remove this stuff and show you another option that I got. Or should I play around with this idea and leave the factory tank the way it is and just fabricate a lid for it? This would obviously be easier. I just don't want it to be too easy and, I don't know, look cheesy. But let me see if I can stand back so you get a better look, and I can get your guys' opinion on this stuff. Now it's just sitting on there, so it's not crooked. I mean, it's not straight. It's obviously crooked, but it's like a lid, almost like the little toolboxes that are in front of a trailer. This lid would be like at an angle a little bit. It wouldn't be flat because there's a filler neck right there, and then I have my in and my out, and then my rollover valve connections that would be under there. So it would be slightly elevated over that, so it'd be at an angle, something more like this. I don't know if you guys can see that. I was trying to find something to hold it back there, but it just kept falling down. So then when I do pop the lid, or my makeshift lid, you would access fuel, fill it up, you know, have my connections right there, close it, and you wouldn't be able to see what's under there. But I'm getting tired, and that's as far as we got today. We did get the new injector adapters. Pretty long. I don't even know why they have a little jumper cable on there. Kind of wish it would have been like these other ones that was just like a plug to plug, but that actually has like a little jumper wire in between. But I mean, I guess all that would be covered up. You wouldn't be able to see it. We got our little bracket holding that intake now in place, so this is good. We got our overflow tank for our radiator. We got our seat in yesterday. We got the carpet finally in its last position. I need to drill some holes, put that piece in there. Still waiting for my rubber. That comes in tomorrow. And my window regulator is broken, so it's not in there at the time or at the moment. And we just put the door on there, door panels, so it looks a little bit more complete. Huh? But that's it for now, guys. This is another update, and we're moving along as fast as we possibly can. Kern County C10 and tacos, September 20th. We should be sponsored by Red Bull because I'm making them a lot of money right now. But if you guys are in the Kern County area, be sure to look up Kern County C10 and tacos, September the 20th, 2025 at the Piles Boys Club. This thing is still on. Boom, 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 boom. I wish you guys can hear this thing, but I'm obviously playing music off of my phone on this thing, so when I record, it cuts off the music. I'm still playing off the battery. I've been using this thing, what, like 5 hours straight, full blasting it, and it sounds pretty good. You know, it's not gonna win no competitions by any means, but I guarantee you that it sounds better than a factory stereo. At least back in 1971. So that's it, guys. The sun is creeping on me, and your boy's getting a little tired. My sons get out here in a few minutes, so we got to start wrapping all this stuff up, get the stuff out of here because I don't want nobody getting cut. And until next time, I'll catch y'all on the flip side.
Square body builders, that's the name. Fueling passion, igniting flame. Backyard hustle, grinding hard, turning rust into works of art.